Welcome to the Prep Zone. My name is Grant Yenny. We're here at Sid Terrio Stadium for a second round matchup. It seems like just yesterday we were beginning the season. Now we're in the second round of the playoffs. As always, I'm joined by Rhett Sharp for this very windy matchup. What's going on there?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Grant. It's really, really windy out here. It's the windiest day that I've seen so far, and we've done a lot of games this season. The conditions, I think it's windy enough to take the ball and shift it, and that could be an issue for both teams. But the field looks good. Mandeville's ready to play. I know Coach Esker's got them ready, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good game.
We'll see what happens. Let's talk to the coaches. Pre-game with Coach Esker. Coach, the second round of the playoffs. What is it going to take to be successful against this Barbe team tonight?
First of all, forgetting the first game. We won the first game against them, but the playoffs and everybody's going to throw everything out there. So we got to make sure that we come out here and play with intensity like we've not played anybody yet this season.
Pre-game with Coach Hoffpower. Coach, this is the first time we're seeing you in the Prep Zone this season. Can you give us a rundown on how your season went and how you've been doing in the playoffs so far?
Well, the season's been going, it was kind of up and down, a little inconsistent at the beginning, but we started finding our form a little later in the season, and we were able to win our first round playoff game against West Monroe 1-0.
And this is a pretty good, pretty even matchup between both teams. What's it going to take to be successful against this Mandeville squad tonight?
Oh, it's going to take a lot of hard work and working the entire 80 minutes. We can't take 1 minute off, 1 second off. We have to defend well as a unit, and we have to go forward as a unit to break them down.
And we are underway in this second round matchup. Girls soccer playoffs. That was Manuel and Fayard kicking off. Ball now kicked right back up field. And out of bounds off of Kelly Saunier, the senior captain for the Barbe Buccaneers, Grant Yenny and Rhett Sharp here in the press box. Ball kicked down and out once again. Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers. Madeline Jambon throws in.
Nice touch.
Good movement up. Cross to the middle, nothing doing. Cleared out by Alyssa Stevens, another senior captain for the Buccaneers.
That was a good look from the Lady Skippers to start the match. There's another good look.
An opportunity.
Manuel.
Goal! Goal for Mackenzie Manuel, and just like that, a quick start. First minute here.
Yep.
Mandeville scores.
Looks like we might have a situation in the goal. She's up. Who is that? Danielle Tyler.
Danielle Tyler.
She ran into the side post as Manuel came through with the header.
She's trotting it off.
That's good to see that she's going to walk that off. But Mackenzie Manuel, early in the match, makes a statement.
And she's really been doing that all season.
She's been doing that since she started here, her whole career. Does not surprise me that she gets the ball rolling, so to speak, and puts Mandeville on the board real quick.
Up Saunier, passes to the middle. That's Jillian Beck. Back to Saunier. Pressing up, kicked away by Mandeville. Off the chest there of Dumit. Barbe in possession. Kicked upfield and off the back there of Madeline Jambon.
See, this presents a real problem for Barbe. I mean, to go down 1-0 this early in the match. I mean, they've been here since we got here, and we've been here a while. So, I mean, that's just got to be kind of take the air right out of your sails, right?
I would think so. This is Papina. Up middle of the field. Cleared away.
Davis.
There by Meredith Davis, a freshman, starting on this Lady Skipper squad.
Good work.
Barbe with the ball once again. It'll be scooped up there by the goalkeeper. That is Jordan Pellegrin. She's a senior for Mandeville. Punts it away, booming punt. Not quite to midfield, but Mandeville gets possession off the bounce. Now back to Barbe. Up Fontenot. There's Fayard. Back to Barbe. Pressing up. Kicks it Fontenot. Barbe still in possession, but stolen away there. Mia Dubrock. And that'll go out of bounds off of Danielle Tyler, who is still looking like she's favoring that leg.
Yeah, Danielle, I think she's going to play because it's the playoffs, but that was kind of a fluke. I don't want to say injury because she looks like she's okay, but she is favoring one leg.
So she's still feeling it. It's just playable because it's in the playoffs.
Right. And I talked about it pregame, but we got to say it again. It's super windy out there. I mean, the wind is just whipping basically from the bottom of your screen to the top is where it's coming from. I mean, and it's blowing hard enough to move the ball, I would imagine.
I mean, we can even feel it in the press box here, and we're in shelter.
Yeah, it's a lot of wind out there. So take note of that.
There's Davis.
Ooh, physical play out there from Barbe.
And you tend to see that in the playoffs a good bit. You know, we called Destrehan and North Shore the other day, and that was physical too.
That turned into a pretty big battle. That's a good pass out wide.
Back to Biggs. Biggs looking for someone to pass up to. Taken back by Barbe. That's Tatum Johnson. And out of bounds, throw in coming for the Lady Buccaneers. Throw in coming from Madison Lafargue, a senior captain on this squad. And right back out, throw in coming once again for the Lady Buccaneers. Long throw in. A lot of skippers around it. Battling for it, and looks like this will be cleared out there by Katie Green. She'll just let it go out of bounds rather than touching it, and Katie Green will throw in for the skippers.
Nice toss up the line, kind of mishandled.
And it goes back out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in for the Lady Bucks. On that far side, Hannah Fontenot, a senior. Up, headed away there by Biggs. And kicked downfield.
Manuel.
Big kick by Manuel. And a collision. And a big collision there. As Fayard hit the turf. Ball back out of bounds. Throw in coming. Keeps it short. Dumps it off and kicked right back out of bounds by Barbe. So another throw-in coming. We've seen a lot of throw-ins early in this one. A lot of
the far side of the field has seen a lot of play, and that's also pretty accurate for what we do here. We watch a lot of the far sideline play. This is a good run from Barbe.
Kick to the middle. Back. Mandeville gets a hold of it, kicks it down. Over is Manuel. Mishandled, though, over to Green.
Manuel was looking for Tyler along that left-hand side. Now she's going to find her. Tyler waited on that a little bit.
Back, Manuel, upfield. Battling for it is Johnson and Fayard. Fayard won that one. Got it back to Biggs. Now over to Tyler.
Nice ball out to Tyler.
Tyler.
A little give and
to
go.
Manuel. Here's an opportunity for Tyler.
Tyler cuts it in.
But kicked away by Barbe. Manuel sends it to the center. Headed up by Barbe. Mandeville will reset. Here goes Abigail Bath. Headed up the far sideline. And the ball will roll out of bounds.
It's a good idea. Nice give and go. A little too much pace on that ball.
Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers. Back to Barbe. Kick to the middle. Ball still in play and out of bounds. Went out of bounds off of Destiny Washington. Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers, Jenna Burkhart. Back to Barbe. Kicked up and out off of Papina. Pushing up, Mandeville. Back to Barbe to the middle of the field. Fontenot. And kicked out by Biggs. Throw in coming for Barbe. long throw in. She has a rocket arm.
Yeah, it was a pretty big throw, and I saw her do that earlier towards the goal. And that is definitely a weapon for the Lady Buccaneers.
Throw in coming for Barbe once again. Fontenot.
Gonna walk it way up the sideline.
And another long
Yeah, look
throw
at
in.
that. Wow.
But it's taken right back by the Lady
Gotta
Skipper. She has
clear
two
it.
defenders kicked up through the uprights. Kelly Saunier, but that doesn't count for
Saunier
any
goes
points.
over the woodwork into the stands behind the goal. Jordan Pellegrin looks to find another ball for the goal kick, and I gotta say, I tried a big kick out there on Jordan before the game, and she stopped me. Couldn't score on her.
It was short.
Well, it's windy out there, man.
You didn't get enough power on it there.
Yep. Well, Jordan still did a good job. Here comes the Skippers.
Up. Bass. Over. Taken away by Beck.
Here comes a foot race
Headed
to the
down.
ball. Wow.
Oh, cross back to the middle and shot. Not enough on it. Scooped up by Pellegrin.
It's a good look, though, I got to tell you. Saunier obviously is there being the Lady Buccaneers' go-to offensive player. She's done a lot of work so far. That one on target, but no problem for Jordan. That's a good ball right there.
Here goes Bass.
Bass is going to
Bass, pass to the middle,
try to square it up.
and a big clear away.
I don't blame that Buccaneer defender for clearing it.
Cleared away by Stevens.
That was a good ball from Bass to square up.
Ball staying on that far sideline and out of bounds. Madeline Jambon keeps it short. Physical pushing out there. Jambon will throw in once again. Inbounds. Kick to the center. There's Dubrock, but it's taken the other way by Barbe. Here's Saunier pressing up. Picked off by Stevens. Green.
That's a good ball right there.
Good ball to Bass.
Onside again. Bass is just finding those spaces behind the defense.
Double covered open. Here's Manuel,
Oh, Manuel.
pressing for it. Manuel. Up to Fayard. Fayard shot. Nope, blocked. And Bass fighting for it. And they will kick it back, restart.
A lot of times the Skippers will score on opportunities like that. They were in the box for quite a while. Manuel had a couple touches.
And out of bounds, throw in coming.
That's good defense from the Lady Buccaneers.
Throw in coming from the Lady Skippers. Up. Kick, scooped up. And punted away. Kind of a low, short punt there. Biggs kicks it. Barbe pressing up. Here goes Bass. Michaela Bass has an opportunity on it, but cleared out. And they call it out, cleared out by Sarah Dumet. So throw in coming for the Lady Skippers, Jenna Burkhart. Inbounds Mia Dubrock. Dubrock to Biggs. Biggs drops it back and a big kick forward there. But Barbe reclaims possession, and if you can, well, you can't see on your screen right now, but the trees on the other side of the field here are swaying.
Yeah,
the wind is so.
It has not stopped. The wind has not stopped all day, really.
Kick here, control.
Good. That's
Julia
a good ball
Pagnia.
inside.
Saunier has an opportunity, shoots it, and just Misses the goal there,
Yeah.
wide left.
I think Sonia realized she didn't have anybody trailing her offensively, so she just had to take the shot, went across the face of the goal. Really, ideally, what the Lady Buccaneers need to do is have someone kind of trailing on that ball, and so she can cross it in. That's a couple of opportunities now for the Lady Buccaneers.
And that was a close one there.
Yeah, it's a pretty ambitious shot, though. I got to tell you, that angle was
going one way and shooting the other.
And, you know, Jordan is a really good goalkeeper, so that angle was really taken down.
Kick through the middle there. Pagania. It'll go out of bounds. Throw in coming.
Offside call.
Oh, offsides. So the goal kick.
It's going to be a
to
free kick.
To take the free kick, Meredith Davis. Davis setting up for it. Boots it downfield. Headed right back by Barb. Biggs. Here's Manuel. Pops it up. Ball stays in bounds. Collision, and it rolls out. We'll have a throw-in coming for Mandeville. Madeline Jambon. Jambon into Manuel. Trying to keep it in bounds. Barb takes it, kicks it downfield. And kicked right back is Davis. Here's Mia Dubrock. Up to Bass. Bass turn.
Wow.
Good turn there.
Great move.
Kicking it to the middle to her teammate
Bass
Fayard.
gonna get it
back to Bass and blocked there by Tatum Johnson. But Mandeville has it back, and goodness, if you could hear that, the wind is howling outside the press box here.
Bass up that left side. She's going to get an opportunity to score tonight if the Barb cannot find a way to stop her. Mandeville is finding all kind of channels up that left side right now.
And no whistle there. A big collision.
Just physical play out there.
Headed back. Barb. Headed the other way. And Pellegrin stops it. Barb almost got there to kick the ball.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Boots it away. Stop. Down. Here's Mia Dubrock. Chasing after it. We have a foot race out of bounds. Dubrock almost lost her footing there. Throw in coming for Barb. Whoa. Dubrock, kick in, Biggs. And we have a whistle, free kick coming for Barb. Free kick coming, Alyssa Stevens. She's one of their senior captains.
Stevens with a big knee brace on.
Step, kick.
That's a good ball.
Kicked right back by Mandeville. Dubrock lifts.
Wow.
And Barb here. Saunier splits defenders, but cleared away Davis. And Bass kicking it upfield. Headed away. Here's Dubrock. Headed the other way. Defenders on her tail. Here's Manuel. Good pass there. And
defense one-on-one.
Manuel.
She's going to finish that every
her
time.
Second goal.
Yeah.
As that defender fell down. It was all Manuel there.
Mackenzie Manuel getting the job done tonight. Fending off the defenders and then 1v1 with the keeper. And more often than not, Mackenzie Manuel is going to finish that, and she does. 2-0 Lady Skippers.
Manuel has a brace.
She does. She's got a brace right now.
And a brace, not a knee brace.
No.
She has a brace in the EPL terms, meaning she has 2 goals on the night.
2 goals tonight.
So kicking off for Barb. Pressed upfield, Pagania, but taken right back. Bass and kicked up by Stevens. Foot race here. Davis and Pagania. Davis wins this one. She'll pass it to Bass.
Davis. Here comes Bass now. Yeah.
Bit physical bumping. Saunier and Bass. Bass looking for someone to pass to, but she has plenty of space ahead of her, and the Barbe players are backing up, so she's just going to keep going forward.
Bass is going to get it back.
Bass cleared out Stevens. So Bass will throw in for the Lady Skippers. She'll dump the ball off there to Manuel. Manuel would throw into Dubrock. Dubrock goes wide right and out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick for the Lady Buccaneers.
Dubrock may have been looking for a teammate up that right side.
Kick coming from Tatum Johnson.
About halfway through this first half, Grant 2-0. Lady Skippers in control, but I'll tell you what, Barbe has offensively. They've played pretty well. They've had their opportunities. They just can't capitalize.
Is this about what we thought? I mean, going into it, we knew they'd be pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
But 20 minutes in, did we expect 2 goals?
Yeah, I think didn't you tell me they played in a tournament and the Lady Skippers won
2-1,
2-1 already. So this doesn't surprise me a whole lot, but at the same time, the way that Mandeville scored has been pretty impressive with their passing ability, which is kind of a Coach Esker coaches them up pretty well for that. So no, to answer the short answer is no, it's not too unexpected, but I do expect Barbe to kind of stay in the game and not give up for sure.
Davis runs down the ball there on the far sideline, passing it up to her teammate through ball kick. Davis, and they'll drop it back to Pellegrin.
I don't know if you ever heard this. 2-0 is the most dangerous score in soccer. Have you heard this?
I haven't heard this. Enlighten me.
It's the truth. It's the truth. You get a little comfortable. 2-0 sounds nice. Sounds nice. Looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to get 2-1, and then you're right back in the game. You see?
Got it. So you're right on the kind of the border there of intensity and complacency.
Right,
at
exactly.
2-0.
You got the concept.
Throw in from Barbe. This play continues to mainly stay over there on the far sideline.
Yep.
Now coming this way. Here's Pagania out of bounds. Pagania will throw in. Inbounds to Saunier off the side of her foot, though.
Saunier couldn't handle that.
Kick back up. Saunier puts it through, running for it, and kicked up by Burkhart.
Nice defensive work from the Lady Skippers.
Header there, Fontenot. Picked up Davis. Dubrock, header. And right back to Barbe. Goes Pagania. Kicked up was Davis. Pagania back. Pressing up. And we'll have a foot race out of bounds.
This has been a pretty clean game as far as whistles are concerned. Have we had a whistle yet for
We've had one free kick.
Yeah, but was it for? I think it was an offside, right? It wasn't even like for a push or a foul. So.
Right. So yeah, for where we are in the playoffs and the matchup, it is pretty clean. No.
Pretty cordial. I'd say.
Cordial. That's the word of the day. Ball kicked up. Stevens trying to get it back. Out of bounds. Went out of bounds off of Dubrock there. So throw in coming from Virginia Grace Laney. This is a junior for this Barbe squad. Kicked right back out of bounds. So we'll have another throw in from Laney. Laney will dump it off to Fontenot to throw in. Fontenot, a senior, with a very fast throw in off the head there of Manuel. And right back out of bounds. This time for a skipper throw in. Throw in coming from Jenna Burkhart. Inbounds. Here's Bass. Passing up to Dubrock. Dubrock to Manuel. Manuel sending it upfield off the head there of Dumit. And, well, there's the first whistle.
There you go.
So free kick coming for Barbe as Tatum Johnson sets up to take it. Johnson upfield. Header by Biggs. Barbe up, taken right back by the very quick Katie Green and out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in for the Lady Skippers. This is Danielle Tyler.
Substitution for the Lady Skippers. Coming on, number 18, Lily Haley. And coming off, number 11, Lauren Fagan.
Throw in coming. Pass to that kind of empty area in the middle of the field. Kicked up by Barbe. And it is run down by Davis. Davis passing up, picked off by Paganilla. Shot. Well, across a pass there and just can't get there. Passing it to Abigail Bath.
Bath had a step on the Lady Skipper defender, couldn't get to it, but that's a good look, and that's what I think Barbe needs to do. They're kind of caught in this defensive mode right now, and it's kind of difficult to get offensive that offensive frame of mind when you're down 2-0, but they need to push forward. Sonia can't do it all on her own.
No, she can't, as Pellegrin kicks it downfield. And Haley. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming.
Substitution for the Lady Skippers. Coming on, number 8, Madeline Jambon. And coming off, number 2, Michaela Bass.
Bass coming out. Jambon subbing in. Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers. Heading upfield. Pass is blocked there by Papania. Throw in for Barbe. Headed back in possession of Mandeville and taken right back by Barbe. Over Papania. Up Biggs. Biggs to Manuel. Manuel pops it up. Foot race. Stevens and Jambon. Cleared out.
That was a good look from Manuel to
by Johnson.
Get that started, kind of right over the top.
Here's Manuel. Passes it over and headed away by Barbe.
Nobody there.
Here's Kurth for Barbe. Kicked up. Jambon, and, that's kind of that was a physical play there. And kicked away by Kurth.
There's a
Davis.
Miscommunication from Barbe right there.
Here's Stevens. Dubrock pressuring, though. Dubrock taking it away. Dubrock looking for someone to pass to. His defenders kind of chasing her around. Ball over to Tyler. Tyler putting it up. And stolen by Barbe. Booted way downfield. Good kick there. Down the far sideline. Throw-in coming for the Skippers.
Lady Skippers are finding all kind of space offensively. Just Mia Dubrock is distributing the ball really nicely through that midfield. And there's another foul.
It's a free kick for the Lady Skippers.
So a free kick now coming for the Lady Skippers. Who's going to take it? Looks to be Dubrock. As Dubrock sets up. 12 minutes remaining here in the first half. Of course, official time is kept on the field. So Dubrock sends it down. And Barbe let it roll out of bounds. Chasing it down. is Madison Lafargue. So the goal kick. Goal kick coming from Tatum Johnson. She boots it downfield. And it will roll out of bounds. We'll have a Lady Skipper throw in. And, well, another whistle. So well, it looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Barbe. Yeah, we were wondering what the whistle was, but not a free kick, a throw-in. Biggs sending it downfield. No. Well, kicked right back to Haley. Battling for it there at the middle of the field. Ball goes out of bounds. And we'll have a Lady Skipper throw-in. Headed away by Barbe. And tangled up. Still with it, though, is Kurth.
Kurth with a really good defense.
Passing it up and kicked right back by Barbe. Booted up. Here's Kurth. Excuse me, Manuel. Opportunity here, Jambon, but it's cleared away by Dumit. Under 10 minutes here in the first half. Kicked up, Manuel.
Nice.
Centered.
Oh.
And just missed it was Haley.
She let it. I think she might have let it go. This is another opportunity.
And wide to right by Tyler.
Man.
Tyler, it looked like she went to the locker room and was evaluated for that leg, and she's now back in the game.
Yeah.
.920. Kick coming from Alyssa Stevens. Steven, a lot of power, but sent right back to her.
Dangerous. Manuel
Opportunity here for Mandeville.
Oh, no.
Collision and ouch.
Man.
And we're going to step away for an injury timeout.
So after all that, the Buccaneers end up with the free kick. Mackenzie Manuel colliding with the goalkeeper. And that was an opportunity for a hat trick for Mackenzie. She got up. She's going to walk it off. Everything seems okay. Looked a little scary.
Barbe and tangled up out of bounds. Throw in coming for Barbe.
Look for a throw into the center here.
Virginia Grace Laney.
Nope, going to leave it short.
Nope, Laney short to Saunier. Double team. Ball back to Saunier. She kicks it to Papania. Up, kicked away. Dubrock and Papania battling it out. Good turn there. Trying to bring it to the middle. Up to Saunier. She runs into a defender, and it's stolen right back for Mandeville, and that's a beautiful pass. Here's Manuel up to Jambon, and they drop it back to Davis. Dubrock. That's good battling for it by Dubrock.
Yeah, she's been busy all match.
And Mandeville needs to get it away. Here's Burkhart taking Barbe.
Wow, there's another collision.
More physical
Yeah,
play here.
physical out there. It's, you know.
And out of bounds off of Dubrock. Stevens to throw in for Barbe.
7 minutes left in the first half. Pretty entertaining first half. A lot of back and forth. Skippers have come in, obviously, on the score line with 2 goals.
Stevens waiting to find someone to throw into.
I think Barbe's been in this. They just can't find an opportunity to shoot the ball.
Yeah, you know, they'll get the ball down here right outside the goalie box, but then
that kind of speaks to the Skipper defense. You know, they've been doing a really good job of containing Saunier. Yeah, and Barbe's just not getting the shot opportunities.
Ball back and right back out of bounds. But Sonia, there have been shots taken. They're just never good opportunities.
Yeah.
They're always, they'll be going to the right, trying to shoot to the left, or just awkward situations when they have to shoot. And this one tries to save it, but out of bounds.
We're going to have a corner kick.
Is Burkhart.
This is interesting.
Barb.
Who's just running across the field, Grant? Going to take this, number 5?
That is, well, that's who they've been having kick most of the game.
Okay,
is Johnson, Tatum Johnson.
Tatum Johnson.
Johnson setting up on the corner. What do you think she's going to aim for here?
Looks like Barb's going to crash the goal. Yeah.
Puts it up. Headed out by Mandeville.
Well done.
And kicked right back by Fontenot. But Pellegrin is there. Pellegrin punted away. Taken right back by Barbe. Back here's Manuel. Manuel. And a collision. Dubrock sending it downfield and out of bounds to the covered up Barbe bench over there. It's very cold.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. The wind is blowing at them. Maybe it's slacked off a little bit since the beginning of the match, but still very cold. And with the cold and the wind, it feels...
Well, it's 48 degrees.
Yeah.
But with the wind, it feels...
That wind chill, huh?
Yeah. Free kick for Barbe. Up, Dubrock heads it back to him. Here's Haley. And kicked out of bounds by Fontenot. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Coming on, number 11, Lauren Fayard. Coming off, number 18, Malia Haley.
Throw in coming on the far sideline. Ball kicked up. Barbe moving it downfield. And a throw in coming for the Lady Skippers. So throw in from Katie Green here. Headed up by Barbe and right back out of bounds to the Mandeville bench. So throw in coming from Green once again. Ball in to Kurth. And once again, out of bounds.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth out of bounds on the far sideline.
Throw inbounds for Barbe.
Back out of bounds.
3:20 to go. So going into halftime, you mentioned 2-0 is the most dangerous score you can have. What do you think Coach Esker is going to tell his girls in the locker room?
I mean, he's got to be happy with the way they're playing. I don't know that he will have much in the way of improving their play in the first half, going into the second. I think he'd love to have a clean sheet and keep it a 0 match. But Barbe really needs to kind of create their opportunities, and they're not going to come easy, as we've seen in the first half. They might have to revamp a little bit, take a different perspective, and come out here with a different game plan, because it hasn't worked so far against this pretty strong Mandeville team.
Ball, we have a whistle. So, you mentioned we hadn't had very many free kicks.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
a flood of free kicks.
Right.
Yeah. That's the curse of the broadcast.
Kick coming from Barbe. Up, taken away. Tyler pass to Manuel. Manuel pass up, an opportunity for Dubrock, but the ball was hit away by Stevens. Now back to Jambon. To the middle once again. Dubrock shot.
Yep.
And a block.
Dubrock has been all over the pitch tonight. I mean, she is just a half a step away from having a goal herself. Great shot.
And we are now officially in stoppage time. So the time from here is kept on the field by the officials. Awaiting a throw-in for the Lady Skippers. Inbounds. Biggs dropping it back to Burkhart. Burkhart pressing it up, kicked away. There's Burkhart once again. Fayard. Fayard to Dubrock. Dubrock.
Free kick for the Lady Skippers.
And another free kick. That Lady Skippers midfield has just been smothering the Lady Buccaneers offense. Just they're having a hard time right now getting it across midfield for the last, 5 or 6 minutes now?
Mm-hmm. So the free kick coming for the Skippers from Dubrock. Dubrock keeps it low for Manuel. Pass back to Dubrock. Splits the defenders. Kicking it up, looking for her teammate, and this one will go out of bounds.
That was a pretty good look from the Lady Skippers, and they're going to win a corner kick,
which Dubrock will take. Where do you think she's going with this one?
Man, I don't know. This is going to be it's probably a set piece they've worked on. Looks like they're going to be, that back post is something to look at unless she leaves it short. Nope.
Manuel.
Right in the middle of the box for Manuel.
Manuel kicking at it. Drops it back to Biggs, and
we've got another whistle.
Another whistle. This one in favor of Barbe. So it'll be dropped back to Tatum Johnson to take this one. Boots it well downfield, headed up by Biggs. Dropped back. Here's Saunier with an opportunity if she could split the defenders, but Mandeville overwhelms it. Well, here's Davis. Davis to Manuel. Manuel and off the head there.
Wow, Manuel tried to
doom it. Back to the middle. Dubrock. Looking pass up to Manuel and kick. Well, the kick there from Fontenot, but it went off the back of Dubrock.
Dubrock again,
and
all over the place.
Players getting peppered here late in the first half. And out of bounds. Throw in coming.
Manuel just tried to pop that ball over the top of the defense earlier, and that was going to be, I think, a pretty cool play.
Throw in coming for the Lady Bucks. We have to be getting pretty close to halftime here. Long throw in. Popped up and down, and that will take us to halftime. So at halftime, the Lady Skippers leading 2-0.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
And we are back underway. Barbe and Mandeville. Mandeville leading 2-0. Kicked away by Stevens there. Jambon. Kicking up for Mandeville. Back to Stevens. Chasing it down and cleared out. So throw in coming for the Lady Skippers.
It's going to be a Barbe throw in.
Stevens to throw in for Barbe. Long throw in, headed up by Biggs and kicked out of bounds. Looked to be off of Washington. So throw in coming for the Lady Skippers on that far sideline. Throw is in. Kicked up, Washington. Back down, here's Davis. Davis.
Nice
Davis
turn.
had Saunier on her heels there. So here is Fontenot to throw in for the Lady Bucks. Fontenot. Inbounds. Kicked. And cleared out by Burkhart. Way to get it out the side rather than
Back towards the middle.
back toward the middle.
Look for a deep throw in here. Look like it slipped.
Still pretty deep, though.
Yeah.
She gets a lot of power behind it on those throw-ins.
Ooh.
Collision, Pellegrin gets there. That's a good job by Jordan Pellegrin to shake off the collision and stay focused on the ball.
Come off her line.
That could have been a handball, but no call by Dumit. Kicked away Kurth. And back upfield through the middle. Here's an opportunity, but booted down by Herrera. Here's Dubrock running for it. Loses the foot race to Beck, but gets it right back. Kicks it far downfield, and it'll be scooped up by Herrera. Herrera, a freshman on this Barbe squad. A freshman who is starting over 2 juniors and a senior. So that shows the skill by Herrera. Papania. Popped up. Back. Davis and Burkhart running for it, and Burkhart will clear it out. So the throw-in coming from Destiny Washington.
Barbe looks like they came out with a little extra energy here to start the second half.
Throw in to Saunier. She turns, boots it, and long, but it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a good idea from Sonia. It didn't turn out. She didn't quite execute it the way that she probably would have liked to.
Goal kick coming for Pellegrin. Pellegrin sends it downfield and headed right back by Barbe.
This is trouble.
Saunier.
Saunier.
She may have an opportunity if she can get past the defender turn, and a good block there off of Meredith Davis.
Yeah, Davis just stepped in the way.
Tyler pops it up. Collision between Manuel and Johnson there, and the ball will go out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers from Jenna Burkhart. Burkhart gets it down. Fayard and out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Lady Bucks now. This will be Fontenot, Hannah Fontenot, a senior for Barbe, and she has a cannon.
She does. It's pretty incredible.
But headed right back the other way. Here's Manuel, sends it to Tyler.
Nice ball.
Tyler puts it up. Opportunity for Dubrock, and it'll be scooped up. It's dropped.
Oh.
And scooped up by Herrera.
Dude, I'm telling you, Mia Dubrock is just half a step from putting the Lady Skippers up by another point. Herrera had to come off. Barely got to it.
And then it's the ball's very slick. She then dropped it after scooping it up.
Yeah. That's another big throw-in on this side. Saunier
battling it out with Green. And throw-in coming for Barbe. So Hannah Fontenot will throw in. Fontenot up and battling 19 on 19. Right back to Jambon. Jambon dropping it back, but Hannah Fontenot gets a hold of it. Fontenot sends it over to Papania. Dumit will send it out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Mandeville to throw in. Looking for someone to throw to. She'll take the running start, throw it up. Gets it in, sent to the middle, looking for Dubrock, but Hannah Fontenot sends it right back the other way. Kicking it up, here goes Bath. Kicked away by Biggs, back to Mandeville. Mandeville pressing up and taken right back by Barbe. Kicked away Stevens, right to her own bench.
Out of bounds.
Throw in for Mandeville.
Nice ball control.
Ball control there by Mackenzie Manuel. Kick to the middle. Here's an opportunity. Here goes Biggs. But right back to Barbe and out of bounds. So throw in coming for Katie Green for the Skippers. Green, a sophomore on this Mandeville squad. Back to the middle. Aggressive play. Fayard has 3 defenders near her and still moving forward in a big collision.
Yep.
Mandeville keeps in control of the ball. Pass to the middle to Dubrock. Dubrock passing up, an opportunity for Manuel. But Herrera is there.
Dubrock went to the left. Manuel went to the right. And that was the only thing that really kind of stopped that goal.
Mandeville keeping possession and booted away by Johnson. Mandeville didn't get all of that one. Green.
Nice defensive work from Green.
Here's Davis looking for someone to pass to. Tries to get it to the middle. It's passed up. Bath. Drop. That was dangerous. Pellegrin, though, kind of pops it away. And eventually kicked away. Mandeville moving downfield. That was Fayard kicking it up. Excuse me, Tyler kicked it up. Fayard chasing it down.
Jordan Pellegrin has been challenged a couple of times in the second half so far. She's been up to the challenge, but a little bit more action offensively for Barbe.
And for sure, more shots on goal.
Yeah, just a different look. I think they might have made an adjustment or two at halftime. They needed to. But still, that Mandeville defense is pretty strong back there.
Mandeville leading 2-0. Just under 31 minutes to go in this one. Battling for it is Kurth on that far sideline. Kick back, Barbe up to Washington. And that wasn't really much of a slide tackle there. It was kind of just a dive, feet first at it.
She got a call for it. So
free kick coming.
It's gonna be a throw-in.
It'll be a throw-in. I guess she didn't get the call.
Nope.
It would have been understandable.
Yeah.
Had she gotten it though. Dubrock chasing it down. Papania keeps control, passing up to Saunier. Saunier is pushed, and that'll be a free kick.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul. Saunier had what looked to be a nice touch on it. It's a dangerous position for a free kick for the Lady Skippers. Looks like Saunier is going to actually take this.
Setting it up. And we've seen earlier, I mean, she puts a lot on it when she kicks it.
Let's see if she can get it up and down around the wall.
And right into the wall.
Yeah, she gets it back, and that's deflected forward.
It popped up. Here's Manuel. Back to Burkhart. To the middle. Saunier. Saunier gets it back. She's tripped up, and then that looked like it hurt, but she's
tough.
She is tough. And will she take another free kick? So Saunier, it looked like she tweaked her ankle a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like a tough challenge.
So I don't know how this kick is going to work if she's feeling a little bit of pain in that ankle.
We'll see. Looks like she's going to be okay to take it. Yeah, it's
Plants.
wow.
And, well, she
Yeah,
got even more on it.
I think the wind has died down that was so prevalent in the first half.
Yeah, the trees aren't moving as much on the far side of the field over there.
So it's got to make the players feel a little better out there. It is cold.
Yeah, but 48 without the wind is,
Yeah.
48. Pellegrin take the goal kick. Up and whistle for a push. Dubrock to take the kick. Dubrock puts it up, looking for Jambon. Jambon, cross to the middle, and all Barbe there. Kicked away to the middle, Saunier. Saunier trying to put it through. Mandeville is there to send it right back at him. Opportunity, chasing it down, Doomit, and she hits the turf.
Ooh, man. Tyler just kind of ran through. Way to hang in there for Doomit.
Free kick coming for Doomit. She's a freshman on this Barbe team. The kick taken by Johnson. Popped up, header. Another header, moving it forward. Burkhart tries to head it back. And taking the other way, Papania. Kick to the middle, Saunier. Washington, but she kept it down and kicked away by Mandeville. That was Green. It was Green coming up this near sideline. To the middle. Take it back, Doomit. Now here's Dubrock. Dubrock up to Fayard. They're tangled up. And no, they say play on.
Yeah, definitely. This is
Papania up that far sideline.
This has turned into quite a physical matchup.
Saunier passing up and picked off. Passed over. Papania now sending it forward. Washington trying to run it down before it gets out. And she will cross. Scooped up by Pellegrin. Pellegrin kicks it away. Dubrock up. Here's an opportunity for Mandeville.
Offside.
And offside is called. And the Mandeville crowd
Yeah, they don't
is
like
not
that.
pleased with that one.
They don't like it.
So Herrera will take the kick for Barbe. Nope, she'll pass it over to Stevens. Stevens setting up to take the kick for Barbe. 25 minutes remaining here in the second half. Stevens boots it downfield and kicked right back by Biggs. Up, kick, Fontenot. Headed away. And out of bounds off of Burkhart. Throw in coming for the Lady Bucks from Hannah Fontenot. Long rifling throw in. Kick to the middle. Dubrock kicks it away. Back to Stevens. Stevens battling it out. Here's McKenzie. Over to Bass. Popped up. Bass still going. Far sideline there. On her heels is Doomit. She kicks it, and Stevens will clear it out to the Mandeville trailer over there. So Michaela Bass will throw in for the Skippers. Down Fayard. Shot off. And Hannah Fontenot.
Missed opportunity.
Kicked. Back. Biggs. Passing up to Bass. And Bass will... Nope, it's out of bounds.
It's going to be a free kick.
No, free...
Mia Dubrock's going to step to it.
So Dubrock to take the free kick. Dubrock, senior on this squad. Dubrock setting up on that far sideline. Boots it. Herrera off of Herrera. Here's an opportunity for Mandeville. And off the side post there.
Manuel couldn't quite find it.
But a very lucky break for Barbe.
Herrera's got to bring that in. That is the bottom line on that. But Dubrock, nice service into the box to get that all started. And for all intents and purposes, it should be 3-0. But Barbe got away with that one.
So Stevens to take the kick for Barbe. 22-20 remaining. Stevens boots it downfield and slippage. So taken back by Mia Dubrock. Dubrock dumps it off to Jambon. Jambon kicks it back to the middle, and here's Manuel. Manuel kicks it up and cleared out by Barbe. So Manuel dumps it off to Bass to throw in. Bass. And that didn't look fun.
Just bounced right off of Stevens.
Up to Bass. Bass trying to cross it in.
Oh wow! It finds all the way into the middle of the box. Nobody there.
And that was another opportunity, but a little slippage by Mia Dubrock.
Here comes Barbe on a little bit of a break.
Fontenot kicks it forward and cleared out there by Olivia Kurth. Kurth is a junior on this Mandeville squad. Throw in coming, Hannah Fontenot. Cannons it in. Cleared or kicked out there by Biggs. But Barbe gets it back before it goes out of bounds. Fontenot. Up, kick Johnson. Back Saunier. And that will go out of bounds. Pellegrin runs it down.
Barbe got a few passes linked together there for the first time in quite a while, and Saunier just a little wild with the shot. I'm telling you, if she could get a look, just half a look, she could really challenge Jordan out there, but it just hasn't happened.
Well, she gets the velocity on it, but it seems to be she's always in kind of an awkward position whenever she has to take that shot.
Yeah, they just can't find the right. She hasn't been able to break away at all.
Right.
And that again speaks to the Mandeville defense.
Kicked up Tyler.
Nice move.
Excuse me, Saunier.
Referee steps over.
Drop back. There's Lafargue. Ball still in play. Kicked up.
Tough challenge.
Jambon. Running for it is Green. Taking back Biggs. Pass blocked off of Beck. And headed the other way. Good effort by Dubrock. Clears it out.
The referee's been involved with the last couple of plays, too. He's doing a nice job of staying out of the way.
Throw in. Here's Jambon. Up. Kicked back by Lafargue. Dubrock passing up. Not enough on it. Dumit takes it. Dumit to Laney. Kicked right back by Davis. Stevens. Stevens up and out of bounds. Throw in coming Over on that far sideline, Jenna Burkhart. Throw in coming. Drops it down. And
Bit of confusion.
I guess they reverse it.
Yeah.
So throw in coming for Hannah Fontenot and Barbe. Biggs up. Collision. Papania shot. And Pellegrin. A diving save there.
That was a good job from Pellegrin to take that off the bounce. You can tell that Barbe, you know, they're the 10th seed. We've said this repeatedly. You can tell they've got some skill. I don't know that they've run into a Mandeville team that has quite the defense that they're seeing right now, because they can move the ball. They're you know, you can tell that they've got the skill and the soccer smarts, but they're just not able to finish the deal.
Throw in coming for Barbe. You can see the players on the bench there, bundled up in blankets.
Have to be.
And a big collision. 2 players down.
Yeah.
Shakes it off. Biggs gets up. Both players are walking it off. 17 minutes to go in this one. Mandeville leading 2-0. Free kick coming. Booted well downfield. Taken and cleared out by Dumit. So it looks to be, I guess we'll get a free kick. Dropped back for Tatum Johnson. Johnson boots it up the far sideline. Taken by Beck, but kicked away by Biggs. A little too much under it was Lafargue, popped it up. Beck up to Saunier. Saunier, here's an opportunity for Barbe. Here's Bath. Bath shoots it. Goal.
That's it.
Goal for Abigail Bath.
Saunier with a beautifully weighted ball through the defense. And then Bath really finishes well. Jordan came out and Bath waited. And just like that, Grant, it's 2-1, and we've got a whole new match. And Mandeville's got to start playing again. I think they kind of took their foot off the gas pedal. And I told
Which you said was 2-0 is kind of that dangerous
that's
position
the one.
there.
So we'll see how it finishes up here. We've got about 15 minutes left in the match. 2-1. Barbe able to pull off the first goal for them.
And cleared out there by Laney. Throw in coming for Dubrock.
I'm curious to see how Mandeville responds after they've had control of the match for so long.
Dubrock up to Manuel. No one home. Papania taking it the other way. Puts it up, through ball. Here's Saunier. Could she have an opportunity? She keeps it down, and it'll roll to Pellegrin. It looked like she just got overwhelmed by that Mandeville defense. She didn't have anyone to pass to.
Yeah, there was nobody
so
there.
So she just thought, you know what, I'm going to just kick it forward.
Yeah.
Headed away, Dubrock. Physical play, Dubrock and Dumit. Johnson running it down and clearing it out.
Yeah, that was the first time all night that I can recall in the match that Barbe actually had a player in Bath that was ahead of Saunier to make a run. That was the difference.
It's usually Saunier who's taking that final shot.
Yeah, right. So, you know, I think that's the recipe that they need to employ to get another to get an equalizer. But like I said, it's only happened once, but they scored with it.
So maybe we can see it come if they can get the ball back down there.
Yeah, here comes a Mandeville throw in right now.
Throw in, shot, and hits that band dance team section over there.
Yep.
A corner kick for the Lady Skippers, but came off deflection.
Dubrock running down the ball for the corner kick. Dubrock setting up. Sends it down.
That's a good ball.
Popped up. Popped away. And Manuel just right of the goal.
Yeah, Mia Dubrock, first of all, put a great service into the box on that corner. Just kind of swung it in. It almost went in. Herrera had to.
She popped it up
to block that.
But when it came back down, she could have gotten her hands on it. Instead, it dropped.
Yeah, again, she needs to catch
Manuel
those.
that option.
Yeah, she needs to catch those for sure.
12:45 to go in this one. Biggs out headbutted there by Beck. Papania, Dubrock. Sending it up the far sideline and out of bounds. Throw in coming. Jenna Burkhart. Burkhart. Waiting to throw in until the refs tell her to, as subs come in and out. Burkhart gets it down, kicks back. Burkhart up. Up to Manuel. Manuel passing it over. Over there to Fayard. Fayard puts it up. Then Johnson gets there. But back to Fayard. And cleared out by Virginia Grace Laney. Throw in. Manuel keeping the ball inbounds. Kicks it up. Header. And saved by Herrera.
Good job from Herrera.
Yeah, great job by Herrera. Popped up. Kicked. Centered to the middle, Barbe, but kicked right back by the Lady Skippers. Here's Dubrock. And Barbe kicking back. Beck. Through. And kicked up there by Green. And that goes out of bounds off of Laney. Throw in coming from Danielle Tyler. Tyler in. Pass there, Manuel, taken by Barbe. Sent back to the middle and a big kick by Dubrock. Here's an opportunity for Dubrock. She's pressured. Dubrock shoots it, and it kind of crossed the face of the goal and out of bounds. Pressure there from Madison Lafargue.
Mia Dubrock gets my vote for hustler of the game. She's been all over the place, shooting the ball, passing the ball, just distributing it all over the pitch.
Stevens boots downfield. Headed up, Bass. Right back to Barbe. Collision with Biggs is Laney. Here's Green. And that stays in bounds.
Sonia's going to try to pick the right side.
But cleared out by Olivia Kurth.
Under 10 to go, 2-1. Second round playoffs, Barbe and Mandeville.
Throw in coming for Madison Lafargue. Lafargue puts it up. Header. Pellegrin's there.
Really not too big of a scare there for Jordan.
Kick to the middle. Here goes Dubrock once again. Dubrock passing defenders, and it's kicked away, Lafargue. Manuel charging forward. Ball goes out of bounds. Manual to throw in for the Lady Skippers. In. And that's Johnson battling that with Fayard. Excuse me, Tyler. Tyler to throw in. Tyler keeps it short to Fayard and scooped up by Herrera. Herrera punts it away to Bath. And headed the other way is Barbe. Here's an opportunity for them, but no, kicked away. Meredith Davis, a freshman.
Yeah,
For
Meredith
the Skippers,
Davis.
it's still inbounds. Saunier up, and that one will go out of bounds for a Barbe throw-in.
And Barbe's going to make a couple of substitutions right now. Maybe a late offensive push from the Lady Buccaneers.
So awaiting the throw-in. Throw-in will come from Hannah Fontenot. 7.5 remaining. Header from Bass. Fontenot popping it up. Pellegrin scoops it up and avoids Papania. Pellegrin to punt it away for the Lady Skippers. Punt across midfield. Washington heads it up. And this goes out of bounds for a Barbe throw-in. Washington to throw in. Back and out of bounds once again. Kind of deja vu of late in the first half.
Yeah, out of bounds a lot. Ooh.
And a big header there from Biggs. The Barbe defender, the Barbe player shakes it off.
Bath gets behind the
and
defense.
Bath,
Wow,
Pellegrin.
Just an off her hand. Wow. And that is big time from the Lady Skipper keeper, because that was in the back of the net. 2-2. Good job from Jordan Pellegrin.
Stevens to take the corner for Barbe, and you see a big sense of urgency now from Barbe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they can sense that they need, obviously they need the goal, and the urgency is definitely there.
Stevens to the middle, down Papania.
Confusion
there between Kurth and Pellegrin there.
Yeah. Fans are really getting into it now.
Throw in coming, Hannah Fontenot. Fontenot, that cannon of a throw in.
Yep.
Kicked away Burkhart. Put up Bass. Here goes Laney. An opportunity for Bath once again. Shot. Blocked. Bath. Goal!
Wow. Bath is just a one-woman scoring machine out there. And there's the equalizing goal. 2-2. 5 minutes to go in the match. And this has been quite a momentum shift as the Skippers find themselves tied now with the Lady Buccaneers of Barbe. Bath just taking control of the game, huh?
That's her second goal
of
the night. 60 in the 65th minute, and then now in the 75th minute.
Abigail Bath. We have 2 braces. We do.
Manual with 2, Bath with 2.
It's 2-2, Grant. I didn't think we'd see this, and here it is.
And scooped up there by Herrera, but that's what you said earlier. When they can get Bath the opportunity, get it to someone besides Saunier, because there's a lot of pressure on Saunier.
Yep.
You get it to someone besides Saunier, and you're successful scoring. And
Manual.
they found that with Bath.
With the chip.
And scooped up by Herrera in a huge collision, but Herrera gets up. So now we're tied 2-2.
Yep.
And overtime rules, now that we're in the playoffs, when you're in the regular season, you can finish in a tie. In the playoffs, you can't. So
No.
what are the overtime rules here?
Well, if we do happen to finish at 2-2 here, we get 2 10-minute halves, 4 short. We got to play 20 minutes extra, and then 2 5-minute golden goal periods where whoever scores first ends the match, right?
Right, and then it doesn't end there. You go
to penalty kicks, which is, in my opinion, the most exciting part. If you can get there, I know nobody wants to play that long, but
I would love to get to call some PKs, but we never get there.
Well, I know the skippers don't want to be there, and they're trying their best with Manuel now with a chip into the box.
Headed up,
straight up,
caught by Herrera. 3 minutes. Back up. Kick. Here's Laney. Laney up to Saunier. And Saunier's
going to shoot it.
She's passing Meredith Davis. Saunier shot. Caught by Pellegrin. Headed back is Laney, and these fans are fired up.
That was huge.
And that was a big collision. A free kick coming for the Lady Skippers. And we'll step away for a timeout. Back from the break. Kick off for Mandeville. Back to Bath. Here's Bath pressured. Here's Saunier back to Bath. Bath pass into Saunier off too much. Kick Kurth. Headed the other way is Mandeville. Mandeville pressing up. In kick downfield was Mann. Booted away. Doomit. And free kick coming for the Lady Skippers. Here's Mackenzie Manuel.
Free kick taken by number 20, Mia Newman.
Boots it.
Mishandled.
And popped up. Kicked up again. Jambon. Still in play and out of bounds. Throw in coming Jambon. Jambon in for Fayard. Fayard shot caught by Herrera. And we're going to have quite a bit of stoppage time following the injury timeout.
Meredith Davis got up with a little bit of assistance. She looks to be okay. She's not going to get back in the game, though.
Here's Saunier. Kick. Here's Papania. Players in her way and kicked out of bounds by Jenna Burkhart. Burkhart saying press up. Throw in, keeps it short. Drop back to Burkhart. She kicks it up. Over. And down for Mandeville. That looked like a push on McKenzie.
It was. There's a whistle.
And so it looks Dubrock will take this free kick. Dubrock. Here's an opportunity. Mandeville, big fight over the ball. Fayard. Ball comes loose. Shot. And that will stay in play.
Yep.
But cleared out now by Doomit. No, it's kept in.
Yeah, here comes a break.
Booted down the far sideline. Saunier. It'll be cleared out for the Skippers by Olivia Kurth.
Saunier forces the Skipper defense to just clear it.
Saunier wanted to throw in. The coach said, no, go downfield. It'll be thrown in by Fontenot. It's down, kicked up to Mann. Mann to Manuel. Kicked away by Johnson.
Oh, wow.
And offside called on Saunier.
I was watching that the whole time. That's a tough call right there. I got to be honest with you.
It's one of those situations where you wish you had that instant replay with the line so you can see.
I actually was watching Sonia. She took a step forward to stay onside and still got the call. That was a tough one.
It's headed back the opposite direction. Kicked. Here's Stevens. Mann and Stevens battling it out, and Stevens physical. kind of boxing out man.
Ooh, wow.
And another collision. And free kick.
Man.
So Dubrock will set up for the free kick once again. Dubrock. Kick. Stays down, kicked upfield by Laney. Back to Dubrock. She's pressured. Ball keeps going to Man. Man pressured by Stevens. Stevens boxes her out. Crosses to the middle where Biggs is waiting. Slippage from Biggs. Headed the other way. No. Ball off of Fontenot. Tyler takes a tumble. Here's Bath. And that will do it for regulation. We are now headed to our first Prep Zone overtime of this season.
Yep.
So the score is tied 2-2. And free soccer starts now. They paid for 2 halves. They're getting another. They're getting overtime underway, and a quick start here from Barbe. Kicked up.
Wow,
Pepania.
nice flare.
And
Bath again.
This will go out of bounds.
Over there just waiting to attack is Abigail Bath, excuse me. Looking for a third goal. Yeah, Grant, it's going to be another 20 minutes of soccer for sure. The score 2-2.
Here's very, very aggressive play
There's a
here.
shot.
Stopped by Pellegrin. Very aggressive play to start off overtime for Barbe.
That is the shot Sonia has wanted all night long, and then she finally got it, and it went right to Jordan Pellegrin.
Oh, she kept it a little too low.
You know, a low ball sometimes is a little more difficult to get down for, but she hit it right to Jordan. This is another opportunity for Barbe, who's just on fire.
Bath running it down with Green behind her, and Green will clear it out.
They're going to get the kick. I mean, the throw-in, excuse me.
Throw-in for Barbe. But, Barbe is playing like their hair's on fire.
Yeah, they come out with
overtime.
the momentum for sure right now.
Long throw-in, popped up, and behind the goal. So another goal kick. Another goal kick for Pellegrin. Pellegrin setting up and booting it. Little short. Dubrock went for the header there. Kicked up. Chasing it down is Beck. Beck dropping it back to Fontenot. And Pellegrin will catch it off the bounce. So, Rhett, what do you think Coach Hoffpower said going into this overtime to his team to get him this fired up? Well, now headed the other way, Mandeville. And taken back by Barbe, battling it out. Cleared out by Barbe.
Yeah, man, I don't know that he had to say much. They're probably pretty amped up to get it to 2-2. That late in the match to tie it is kind of unheard of. You know, we do a lot of these games, Grant, and this is the first overtime we've covered this season, so it doesn't happen very often. And when it does, I think they're just excited to still be not only in the game, but
here's an opportunity for Saunier.
Attack Saunier just
running over everybody.
Wow.
And cleared out by Pellegrin.
Man, to finish what I was saying real quick, because there's a lot of action going on, not only in the match, but really on the front foot here in overtime.
The throw-in coming from Laney. Laney in, man. Up, ball on the ground, kicked away by Manuel. Dropped back. Kicked over to Hannah Fontenot. On her heels is Fayard. Stevens pops it up. Kicked away, Dubrock.
Offside.
And Manuel is offsides. No debate about that one.
I think Barbe may have figured something out in this Skipper defense, and it changed the whole tempo and complexion of the match. I'm not sure what they saw or if it should. I know Abigail Bath somehow became the player of the match for Barbe, and she was quiet for the
whole first half,
yes,
really.
The whole first half, and then well into the second half, and then it just became.
She scored her first goal in the 65th minute,
right,
and then her second in the 75th minute.
So yeah, she came out of nowhere and just elevated her team.
And Stevens, sliding kick there. There's Manuel. Manuel back to Biggs. Dubrock kicked away Laney. Biggs now taking it down that far sideline, trying to get it to the middle, and it's taken back by Fontenot. Cleared away over to the Barbe bench.
Mia Dubrock wins the challenge and the kick.
So free kick coming for Dubrock. Where are you thinking she'll place this?
She's going to drop it right in the center of the box.
And it is hit by Herrera. Opportunity for Mandeville.
Oh.
Goal!
Wow.
Goal for Lauren Fayard.
And Herrera looks like she's injured. Man, that's an unlucky bounce for Barbe, but great if you're a Mandeville Skipper fan. They've just taken the lead again in overtime. Mia Dubrock placing it, and Herrera unfortunately couldn't hold on to it, and was it Fayard?
Lauren Fayard.
Lauren Fayard finishes it up. Lady Skippers up 3-2.
Kickoff coming, Fontenot and Beck for Barbe, and it's taken right back. Manuel kicked the other way. Fontenot pressing up. Kick downfield, Fontenot. Take it back. Lady Skippers. And kicked out of bounds. We'll have a Mandeville throw-in with Madeline Jambon. She drops it back to Green. Throw-in. Header. Fontenot and out of bounds. Again for another Skipper throw-in. Madeline Jambon.
The question now becomes, does Barbe have an answer again for this this deficit they find themselves in?
Ball out of bounds once again. Throw in. Cannon throw in.
Yeah, it's a huge throw.
Fontenot. Kicked up Saunier. Back to Dubrock, who pops it up. Popped up once again. And back to Manuel. Looking to pass to someone. Dubrock. A little too much under it. Didn't get all of it. And that'll be out of bounds. Oh, well, it looked like it was off of Papania, but they say it's Barbe ball.
Yeah, the Mandeville fans don't like this, but it's a Barbe throw-in.
Bass. Kicked up. Opportunity. Papania. Saunier. Tried passing to Bath. Nothing doing and out of bounds.
Saunier should have pulled the trigger on that shot.
Throw in coming. In bounds up off of Man. Man,
Close to
Dubrock
handball.
kicked away.
Barbe wants the handball call in the box, and it looked pretty close.
Manuel. Manuel says, I didn't touch her. And Mandeville is not happy with that call. Free kick coming for Barbe.
I don't think any of the fans of this whole stadium are happy right now with the referees, which is typical. But it looked to be a handball in the box, but that was not called. And then this aggressive play.
Manuel looking to pass, another whistle. This time, Lady Skippers will get a free kick. Manuel will take it.
And Grant, we're almost over with this first 10-minute overtime period. We're going to have another 10 minutes regardless of the score. So what that means is that Barbe is going to have an opportunity to equalize, and Mandeville's going to have to hold them.
And cleared out by Doom it. Throw in coming from Michaela Bass. She dumps it off. Manual to throw in.
For number 11, Lauren Fagan.
Substitutions as Manual waits to throw in.
The goal scorer, Fayard, gets a breather.
Manual controlling the ball, trying to box out, and that's a trip from Papania. So the free kick will be taken by Manual.
It's a great shot from cameraman David Williams out there. You can see exactly what Manual has.
Manual looking for where she's going to place it. Shot off the side of her foot.
Yeah, she just missed it.
Goes out and into the green space over there. Stevens up and kicked downfield. Coming back. Dubrock up, and this one will roll out of bounds for the goal kick. Stevens retrieving the ball.
It's
a throw-in.
I guess
like
it was on around the other side. Optical illusions, man.
Right. From where we are, it looked like it went
Definitely
inside the flag, but I've said outside. We have to be getting pretty close to the end of this first overtime period.
Yeah.
And
trip.
A trip there by Olivia Kurth. Throw in coming from Laney. Back headed and kept inbounds by Bass. Back to Washington. Manual. Kicked away by Bass. And a whistle. And that will do it for the first overtime period. So at the end of the first overtime period, Mandeville Lady Skippers leading 3-2. Starting off this second overtime period, Manual drops it back to Dubrock. Dubrock boots it downfield, and it'll be scooped up by Herrera. Lady Skippers leading 3-2. We have this 10-minute overtime, this second 10-minute overtime period. Kicked away, Beck. Up for Mandeville, cleared out by Katie Green. Throw in coming for Barbe. Coming from Hannah Fontenot. She keeps it kind of short by her standards.
Line drive throw in.
And cleared out, cleared out by Mackenzie Manual. Throw in for Mandeville. Off Manual. Kicked downfield. Jambon. Collision, but kicked away and kept in bounds there by Laney, but stolen by Manual, who's headed down this near sideline. She kicks it to the middle, onside, and a huge collision on the field.
That's going to be a card.
And we will step away for an injury timeout. And the toughness of Malia Haley is incredible. The kick off the mark there by Dubrock. Haley took quite a hit before that injury timeout, and she stayed in the game.
Yeah, referee just decided it was a healthy physical challenge from both goalie and player, so no cards awarded, and fans are upset about that, but referee's going to keep the deck of cards in his pocket tonight, looks like.
Ball kicked downfield by Johnson. Battling for it. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers. Michaela Bass looking to throw it in. It will be Jambon on that far side. Thrown in off of Papania. Popped up. Headed away and out of bounds. Washington to throw in for Barbe. Washington gets it inbounds. Popped up by Beck. Headed the other way. Bass taking it down that far sideline. Passing to Manuel. Manuel cutting up field and loses control, kicked away. But Dubrock is there to pass back to Manuel and out of bounds. Throw in. Throw in coming for Hannah Fontenot. Fontenot passes Bath, kicked up and out by Biggs. Inbounds. Kick, Papania, and out of bounds before Bath can get there. This crowd here at Mandeville is fired up for their team.
Yeah, it's been a pretty long match, and looks as though the Skippers are going to maybe hold on to the lead here.
Header out of bounds, and the Mandeville defenders, everyone just kind of rushing the goal, playing, I guess, what a prevent, the soccer equivalent of a prevent.
Basically, everybody's back.
Washington kicking it forward. Bath heads it back to Saunier, and man, doing a good job of getting in the way of Saunier to cut her off and stopping the momentum there.
Yeah, that was dangerous. I think Bath could have actually taken that further into the box and maybe gotten a shot off.
So Washington to throw in for Barbe, in and right back out of bounds. 4:40 to go in the second overtime period. Throw in for Washington. Booted away by Bass. Now kicked right back to her by Johnson. Kicked away. Washington. Up Papania. Past Man. Kurth. And a whistle. So a free kick coming for Barbe.
Yeah, referee not awarding advantage to Barbe.
Kick is up. It's
high kick.
High.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Oh, and it's a goal.
Are you kidding me?
In and out of the hands
Unbelievable.
of Jordan Pellegrin.
Wow.
And into the goal.
Oh, my goodness.
Off of that Kelly Saunier free kick.
Saunier just bombed it into the net. Pellegrin could not hang on as she came to the ground. And Grant, it is 3-3 in the second overtime period with 3 minutes to go. Barbe just will not go away. And that is another goal that, I mean, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that in a few years calling these games. That Jordan had her hands on it, could not come to the ground.
And it was in the process of coming down when she hit it.
She
popped
hit so
out.
hard. Well, she really stretched out to get it, and then I think the force of the ground obviously caused it to come loose, and she was in the goal when it happened.
Headed away by Bass.
What a game.
You know, we expected a good one in this one, and we got ourselves a great one.
Oh,
here.
man, this is unbelievable.
Throw in coming for Bass. Nope, they say Barbe throw in. Barbe lofting it up. Here's Burkhart battling for it over there in that corner. It's Burkhart and Beck. Ball in play, and another player down, but she gets right back up, shakes it off. That one stays in, kicked up. Johnson, header.
Dangerous.
And Dubrock gets there.
Mm.
Dubrock still in control, popping it up. And we are in stoppage time. Out of bounds. Barbe to throw in. Throw in. That'll go out of bounds off of Jambon. Throw in for Lafargue. Inbounds. Saunier trying to get to it. Saunier has an opportunity here, but 3 defenders all around her. And that ball taken away by Michaela Bass. Put up. Back to Mandeville. Mandeville kicking downfield. Headed up by Fontenot. And out of bounds.
It's going to be a free kick.
Free kick coming for Michaela Bass here late in the second overtime period. Kicked away. Biggs. Kicking downfield and out of bounds. Mandeville not happy with that call.
Mandeville can't be happy with much with the scoreline 3-3 after 2 10-minute overtime periods. And, I mean, who would have thought it? I thought they had it wrapped up. I think all the fans did. Barbe will not go away. Look at this.
Off the top of the goal.
Unbelievable. Man, that would have been the way. That would have been a heck of a finish right there.
Well, she's been due for one all night.
Absolutely. Was that Mia?
Yes.
Yeah, she's definitely due for a goal.
Kicked away. Dumit headed the other way. Bath. Collision and out of bounds. Inbounds. Manuel pressuring. Kicked upfield by Laney. Kicked away by Jambon. Biggs. Over to Dubrock. Pushing up to Bass, but too much on it. Out of bounds. Throw in coming for Washington. And that does it for the second overtime period. We're now headed into a 5-minute golden goal overtime period. And starting off this 5-minute golden goal period, kickoff by Mandeville and out of bounds off of Lafargue. Some throw in for Jambon coming. Manuel to Jambon. First team to score takes this one. So you'll see aggressive play. Dubrock. Shot.
Oh, man.
Off the top of the goalpost.
Mia Dubrock, I'm telling you, man, I've said it several times. She's all over the place, and she wants to score so badly. And like you said, the next goal, it's over. So, I mean, Mia Dubrock.
If no one scores in this one, we go to another one. And if no one scores in that one, we then go to PKs.
That's right.
Manuel popping it up. Header. Going for it is Jambon. Turn. Manuel. And headed away by Dumit. Manuel. Fayard. Dubrock. Stolen away. Washington. Up to Papania. Washington to throw in. And away. Kicked up. Back. Kicked out of bounds by Burkhart. Washington to throw in. Header stays in. Kicked up. Laney. Bath. Kicked up and wide left Saunier. Pellegrin keeps it in. And she will punt it away. Low line drive punt. Headed Laney. Bass. And kicked out by Burkhardt. Throw in coming for Laney. Header for Bass. Laney pushed up Beck. Kick and out.
It's good ball movement from the Lady Buccaneers late in the match.
So throw in coming from Hannah Fontenot for the Lady Bucks. Header on the ground. Shot blocked. The Saunier shot blocked there by Kurth. Washington is down. Pellegrin scoops it up and punts it away. Kicked right back by Laney. Saunier trying to keep control. Mann takes it. Kicked up and away by Mandeville. Here's Biggs. Biggs pushing up that far sideline to Bass. No call. Play on. Manuel passing. Nobody home. Johnson kick downfield. Battling for it on that far sideline. And collision.
Wow.
No whistle. And Laney gets it away.
That was all ball. The intensity is just ratcheted up.
For sure.
Several notches.
Saunier kicks it away and out of bounds. And we're already in stoppage time in this period.
Yeah, these aren't going to last very long.
Throw in coming from Washington. Kick. And cleared out by Kurth. Throw in coming from Hannah Fontenot. Fontenot running up with a rocket arm. Throws it in but headed out by Kurth. Throw in coming once again. Hannah Fontenot getting it to the middle. Headed out by Mandeville, and there was a whistle. So free kick coming from Mandeville. Pellegrin will take it. Boots it to Jambon. There's Dubrock for it and out of bounds. So Dubrock to throw in. Dubrock off the chest there of Manuel. Manuel keeps the ball inbounds. And that does it for the first 5-minute golden goal period. We are now headed to the second with the score still tied 3-3. And we are underway for the second 5-minute golden goal overtime period. Really like the fourth overtime, I guess. And
yeah, it's a lot of soccer.
So Bass kicked away. Here's Biggs. Biggs to Manuel. Kicked away, defended by Laney. Ball up.
Abigail Bath.
Bath, she has 2 on the night. And this one will roll out of bounds. Throw in coming for Barbe on that far sideline. Hannah Fontenot. Fontenot rockets it in. And off the back there of Green. Stays down, kicked away. High and out of bounds for a Barbe throw in. Hannah Fontenot once again. Fontenot inbounds and out off of Mandeville once again. So Fontenot will get a third throw in here. Clock at 3:47. Throw in. Ball down. They need to get it away from the goal. And kicked out of bounds by Katie Green. Fontenot. Setting up to throw in. Long throw in. Caught by Jordan Pellegrin.
Confident catch from Jordan.
Punts it away, high punt. Back, headed down by Laney. Here goes Dubrock. Dubrock, pass up. Opportunity for Manuel, scooped up Herrera.
Good judgment from Herrera to come off her line and kind of get down and grab that ball.
Short punt by Herrera. Header, headed the other way. Here's Saunier. Pellegrin kicks it. Barbe, a lot on that one, and it will go out of bounds for a Jordan Pellegrin goal kick.
That was a smart play from the Barbe midfielder. Saw that Jordan Pellegrin was way out.
Pellegrin, goal kick. Header, Beck. Running for it is Green. Green up to Jambon and out of bounds. Throw in and right back out of bounds, so another throw in for Jambon. Jambon to Fayard and out of bounds once again. So throw in coming for the Lady Bucks. Throw in. And out of bounds once again. It's a big out of bounds party down there.
Yep, all night long.
Throw in, headed up. Going other way, Johnson. Out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Lady Skippers. In. Kicked up, Fayard. Right back out, throw in coming for Barbe. Lafargue. Down. Biggs. Dubrock. Head full of steam from Dubrock. Defender's honor though. Physical play and a whistle. Free kick for Barbe here. The clock has to be winding down here in this second golden goal overtime. Biggs headed back. Ball dropped back. Kicked away off of Biggs there. Up and out of bounds for the Barbe throw-in. Here's Fontenot. Up.
Referee checks his watch.
So we have to be getting very close to the end of this.
Yeah.
Dubrock kicked away Fontenot.
Any second.
And there is the whistle to end the second golden goal overtime. So at the end of that second golden goal overtime, score still tied 3-3. We are headed to PKs. So to start off, the PKs will be Barbe shooting for them. Jillian Beck here first. Jordan Pellegrin in goal for the Skippers.
Nerves of steel here, Grant, for these two squads. Once you get to PKs in the playoffs, this is about as big of a moment as you can get.
The second round of the playoffs, and your game goes to PKs.
Barbe just refused to quit tonight, and really were given a chance here.
Beck setting up. Shot. Goal. Jillian Beck scores.
Just kind of froze Pellegrin. No big deal.
So Barbe leading 3-4. Up for the Skippers, Lauren Biggs, Anne-Marie Herrera in goal. This has to be such a huge moment for the freshman, Herrera.
Absolutely. She's done a good job tonight.
So Biggs Setting up. Shot.
I don't believe they gave that to her.
Looked to be off the top bar of the goal, so
Wow.
no goal there.
I mean, that is huge.
Setting up for Barbe is Kelly Saunier.
Saunier, the pretty much the backbone of this team. Lots of skill.
Saunier. Shot. Goal.
Wow. Jordan got a hand on that. Guessed right. Saunier just putting enough power for it to sneak by the Mandeville goalkeeper. And it's 2-0 here as we start the third round. Pardon me, still the second round here. Still a
Mandeville shot of the second
Mandeville
round.
shot of the second. Correct. This is who's this, Grant?
Katie Green.
Looks like Katie Green. This is a
Katie Green, a sophomore for the
she's gonna
Skippers.
have to hit this. It's a pretty big moment.
Green. Kick. Off the bar.
No. That is so unlucky.
Barbe 2. Mandeville 0.
Yeah, after the first 2 rounds of penalty kicks, Barbe with a decisive advantage.
And up to shoot for Barbe is Abigail Bath.
Abigail Bath scored 2 of the 3 goals tonight and really put her team in this position.
Provided that spark late in the regulation.
I mean, if she puts this away, the Skippers are in a real hole.
Bath to shoot. And blocked.
Wow. Jordan Pellegrin.
Saved by Jordan Pellegrin.
Huge block. So it's still 2-0.
Next kick for Lady Skippers, number 13, Jenna Burkhart.
Jenna Burkhart to shoot next for the Skippers.
Skippers have yet to put one in the back of the net. Both shots off of the woodwork. One top side, one off the side.
Burkhart setting up. Goal! Mandeville now with 1. And Julia Papania.
She's had a big game tonight.
She was all over the field.
Yeah, she's the she and Mia Dubrock were the 2 go-getters all over the pitch. You're right. This to start the 4th round of the PKs.
Papania shot. Goal. Buries it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So Barbe has made 3 of 4.
They have. Mandeville's going to need this one
Next up for Lady Skippers, number 15, Mackenzie.
to stay alive.
And up for Mandeville now is Mackenzie Manuel.
Mackenzie Manuel, the player for the Lady Skippers, and this is a do or die situation.
So Manuel setting up. Shot. Goal.
Clinical. 3-2.
Mackenzie Manuel buries her goal in the back of the net. To shoot Alyssa Stevens, one of the senior captains for the Barbe Lady Buccaneers.
Grant, Alyssa Stevens can finish this out right now.
Barbe has made 3 of 4. If she makes this.
If she makes this, it's over.
Stevens setting up. Goal!
That's it.
She buries it, and Barbe will advance and Barbe will advance
that's it.
in the state playoffs.
Wow. What a crazy game.
What an insane game. Very physical. Overtime thriller, went to PKs.
Yep.
And Barbe takes it.
Huge win for Barbe. Heartbreaking for the Lady Skippers.
Barbe takes it in PKs. So let's take a second to thank those who helped bring you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Folse, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Swang, cameraman, editor, and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Rave Williams. Next to me on color, Rhett Sharp. So, from Mandeville High School, where the Barbe Lady Buccaneers defeat the Mandeville Lady Skippers in PKs, my name is Grant Yenny. Good night. You are now leaving the Prep Zone.